Most people believe bamboo is the fastest way to build a natural privacy fence in a backyard. Garden centers often promote it as the quick solution for blocking neighbors, reducing noise, and creating a tall green barrier in a short amount of time. And it's true, some types of bamboo can grow incredibly fast. In the right conditions, new shoots can shoot up dramatically during the growing season, giving the impression that your fence is building itself. Because in that speed, many gardeners immediately think of bamboo when they want privacy without installing a traditional wooden or metal fence. But bamboo doesn't always behave as nicely as people expect. Many varieties spread underground through aggressive roots called rhizomes. These roots travel quietly beneath the soil and can appear several feet away from the original plant. Over time, bamboo can move into lawns, gardenland, and sometimes even into neighboring yards. Once it spreads, it can be extremely difficult to remove. In fact, some areas, certain bamboo varieties are restricted or discouraged because they can become invasive and cause long-term problems in residential gardens. The good news is that bamboo is not the only fast-growing option. There are actually many plants that grow quickly enough to create a dense, beautiful green fence and remain much easier to control. Some grow tall and narrow, like natural walls. Others form thick leafy hedges, and a few even permalum trellises or destined fences to grow living curtain groomer. These plants can provide the same privacy benefits bamboo and for bamboo, but without the worry of aggressive growing. In today's vetting, we're going to explore 12 green fences that grow surprisingly fast and can transform a simple backyard boundary into a lush natural screen. Some of these plants are evergreen, which means they keep their leaves year-round for constant privacy. Others offer seasonal beauty with flowers, berries, or gulful foliage that adds life. In interests of garden, a few of them give provide edible harvests while still functioning as a privacy barrier. If you've been searching for a practical way to create a natural fence that grows quickly, stays manageable, and adds beauty to your outdoor space, these plants may completely change when you think about backyard privacy. At the end of this video, you might discover a living fence that grows functioning you expected and fits perfectly in your garden. Asterisk 1. Privet. The Climate Fast Hedge privet has been used for centuries as one of the most reliable plants for creating dense green fences. Gardeners often choose because it grows quickly, responds well to pruning, and forms a thick wall of foliage that can block views surprisingly well. In right conditions, privet can grow 1 to 2 feet per year, sometimes even faster when planted in fertile soil with regular watering during the first year. One of the reasons privet works so well as a living fence is its natural growth habit. Their branches grow close together, producing small glassy leaves that overlap and create a dense screen. When planted in a row, these plants gradually merge into a continuous hedge that feels like a natural wall around the garden. Privet is also very forgiving for beginners. If you trim it regularly, it becomes thicker and fuller over time. If you miss a pruning season, it still continues growing without much trouble. This flexibility makes it an excellent choice for gardeners who want to flex Brazil without complicated maintenance routines. Another advantage is its adaptability. Privet can tolerate different soil types and grows well in both full sun and partial shade. With proper spacing and a bit of early care, privet can quickly turn a plain backyard boundary into a lush green privacy fence that feels both traditional and practical.
2. Arbor Vitae, a natural evergreen wall. Arbor Vitae is one of the most popular plants for creating a tall, evergreen privacy fence. Unlike seasonal hedges that lose their leaves in winter, Arbor Vitae keeps its dense green foliage throughout the entire year. This makes it a dependable choice for gardeners who want privacy in every season. These trees grow in a narrow, upright shape, which means they take up less horizontal space while still reaching impressive heights. Many varieties can grow several feet per year when young, eventually forming a thick column of greenery. When planted in a straight row, Arbor Vitae trees gradually connect and create a seamless green wall that feels both structured and natural. Another reason gardeners appreciate Arbor Vitae is its calm, elegant appearance. The soft, feathery foliage adds texture to the garden without looking overly formal. It blends beautifully with other plants while still acting as a strong visual boundary. To encourage faster growth, Arbor Vitae benefits from well-drained soil and regular watering during the establishment period. Once the roots are established, these trees become relatively low maintenance. Occasional trimming can help maintain a neat shape, but many gardeners simply allow them to grow naturally. Over time, arborvitae becomes more than just a fence. It provides shelter for birds, reduces wind, and creates a quiet green backdrop that makes the garden feel peaceful and protected. 3. Leyland cypress, the speed champion. If speed is the main goal, Leyland cypress is often considered one of the fastest-growing privacy trees available. Under good conditions, this tree can grow 3 to 5 feet per year during its early years. Because of this remarkable growth rate, many gardeners use it to create tall privacy screens in a relatively short time. Leyland cypress has a naturally dense structure. Its branches grow closely together and form thick layers of evergreen foliage. When planted in a row, the trees quickly fill the gaps between them, producing a solid green barrier that can reach impressive heights. The foliage itself has a soft, feathery texture and a rich green color that stays vibrant throughout the year. This evergreen quality makes the tree particularly useful for blocking unwanted views even during colder months when other plants lose their leaves. However, spacing and planning are important when planting Leyland cypress. Because it grows so quickly, giving each tree enough room allows them to develop strong roots and maintain healthy airflow between branches. With proper care during the first few seasons, Leyland cypress can transform an open boundary into a towering living fence, much faster than many other plants. For gardeners looking for rapid privacy and a bold natural screen, it remains one of the most effective options. 4. Photinia, a hedge with color. Photinia offers something unique among living fences: color. While many hedge plants stay consistently green, Photinia produces striking red young leaves that gradually turn deep green as they mature. This natural color transition creates a beautiful contrast that makes a hedge feel vibrant and alive. Photinia grows relatively quickly and responds very well to trimming. When gardeners prune it lightly, the plant often produces fresh red shoots, which means regular pruning not only controls the shape, but also encourages more colorful growth. As a hedge, Photinia forms a dense structure with overlapping leaves that help block views effectively. Over time, the shrubs grow together to create a continuous wall of foliage that feels both decorative and functional. Another benefit of Photinia is its adaptability. It performs well in sunny locations and tolerates a variety of soil types. With proper spacing and early watering, the plants establish themselves quickly and begin filling the gaps between them. For gardeners who want privacy without sacrificing visual interest, Photinia can be an excellent choice. Instead of a plain green fence, the garden gains a living hedge that changes slightly throughout the seasons, adding movement and color to the landscape.
5. Clumping bamboo, the well-behaved bamboo. Not all bamboo spreads aggressively. Clumping bamboo grows in tight clusters instead of sending long underground runners across the garden. Because of this controlled growth pattern, it can provide the beauty and speed of bamboo without the invasive behavior that worries many gardeners. Clumping bamboo grows upright with tall, slender canes that create a graceful vertical screen. The leaves move gently in the breeze, producing a calming rustling sound that adds a peaceful atmosphere to the garden. In warm climates, clumping bamboo can grow quickly and form dense stands that provide excellent privacy. Unlike running bamboo, the roots stay close to the original plant, making it much easier to manage within a backyard space. Another advantage is the visual texture it adds. The tall stems and fine leaves create a layered look that feels light and natural rather than heavy or solid. With good soil, regular watering during the early stages, and enough sunlight, clumping bamboo can become a beautiful living fence that grows rapidly while remaining controlled and manageable. 6. Areca palm, tropical living fence. For gardens in warm climates, the areca palm can function as a soft, tropical privacy screen. Instead of forming a rigid hedge, this palm grows in clusters of slender stems topped with feathery fronds that spread outward gracefully. As the plant matures, new stems emerge from the base, gradually thickening the cluster. When several areca palms are planted in a row, they form a layered green curtain that filters views while still allowing light and air to pass through. One reason gardeners appreciate Areca palms is their relaxed, natural appearance. The gentle arching leaves move easily in the wind, creating a calm and inviting atmosphere in the garden. Although they grow best in warm regions, Areca palms establish fairly quickly when planted in well-drained soil and given regular moisture. Over time, the clusters expand and become fuller, increasing the privacy effect. A row of these palms can turn an ordinary boundary into something that feels more like a tropical garden retreat. Instead of a solid wall, the garden gains a living screen that feels open, soft, and peaceful. 7. Hibiscus hedge. Privacy with flowers. Hibiscus plants bring color and life to a living fence. Unlike many hedge plants that focus only on greenery, hibiscus produces large, vibrant flowers that can brighten the garden throughout the growing season. When planted close together, hibiscus shrubs grow into a dense hedge with broad leaves that overlap and create a natural barrier. With proper pruning, the plants become thicker and more compact, improving their ability to block views. One of the most appealing aspects of hibiscus is the seasonal display of blooms. The flowers attract pollinators such as bees and butterflies, bringing movement and energy into the garden. Hibiscus grows best in warm conditions with plenty of sunlight. Regular watering during the establishment stage helps the plants grow faster and develop strong roots. As the hedge matures, it becomes both a decorative feature and a functional privacy screen. Instead of a simple green wall, the garden gains a living fence that changes throughout the season with bright blossoms and lush foliage. 8. Willow, the living fence tree. Willow trees are famous for their fast growth. In the right conditions, they can grow several feet in a single year. Because of this rapid development, they have been used for centuries to create natural fences and windbreaks. One traditional technique involves planting willow cuttings close together and weaving their flexible branches as they grow. Over time, the branches fuse and form a strong living structure that looks both artistic and functional. Even without weaving, rows of willow trees quickly create a tall screen of soft, narrow leaves that sway gently in the wind. The movement adds a dynamic element to the garden landscape. Willows prefer moist soil and open sunlight, which encourages their rapid growth. Once established, they require periodic pruning to maintain the desired shape and prevent excessive spreading. A willow fence feels very different from a typical hedge. Instead of a rigid barrier, it becomes a living structure that evolves each season while providing shade, movement, and natural beauty. 9. Pyracantha, the security hedge. Pyracantha, sometimes called firethorn, is known for its dense growth and bright clusters of berries. As a hedge, it forms a thick network of branches covered with small evergreen leaves. One of the unique features of Pyracantha is its natural defensive quality. The plant develops strong thorns along its branches, which makes it an effective barrier for unwanted intruders while still looking beautiful in the landscape. During the flowering season, small white blossoms appear across the plant. Later, these flowers turn into bright berries that range from orange to red, adding seasonal color to the hedge. Birds are particularly attracted to these berries, turning the hedge into a lively habitat. The combination of wildlife activity and colorful fruit makes the plant visually engaging throughout the year. With regular pruning, Pyracantha becomes thicker and more compact, improving its effectiveness as a privacy screen. Over time, it creates a strong and attractive living fence that blends security with natural beauty. 10. Laurel, the dense evergreen hedge. Laurel is widely used for creating thick evergreen hedges that provide reliable privacy. The plant grows with large, glossy leaves that overlap closely, forming a dense wall of greenery. One reason laurel works so well as a green fence is its rapid growth. In favorable conditions, it can grow several feet each year until it reaches its mature height. With regular trimming, gardeners can maintain a neat and controlled hedge shape. Laurel also adapts well to different environments. It tolerates partial shade and a variety of soil types, making it suitable for many backyard conditions.
As the plants mature, their branches interlock and fill the space between them, eliminating gaps in the hedge. This thick foliage helps block wind, reduce noise, and create a sense of privacy within the garden. Over time, a laurel hedge becomes a strong, evergreen backdrop that supports other plants in the landscape while quietly performing its role as a living fence. 11. Passion fruit vines, an edible green fence. Passion fruit vines offer a different approach to creating a living fence. Instead of growing as shrubs or trees, these plants climb rapidly along trellises, pergolas, or existing fences. The vines produce large green leaves that spread outward, gradually covering the supporting structure with thick foliage. As the plant grows, it forms a natural curtain that provides privacy while still allowing air circulation. One of the most exciting aspects of passion fruit vines is their unique flowers. The blossoms have intricate shapes and vibrant colors that make them stand out in the garden. Later in the season, these flowers develop into edible passion fruit, which means the fence not only provides privacy, but also produces a delicious harvest. With good sunlight and regular watering, passion fruit vines grow quickly and can cover large areas within a single growing season. Over time, they transform a simple fence into a productive and visually striking living wall. 12. Grapevines, a productive living screen. Grapevines have been used for centuries in gardens and farms, not only for fruit, but also for creating shaded green structures. When trained along a trellis or fence, grapevines grow vigorously and produce broad leaves that quickly cover the framework. As the vines spread, they create a dense canopy of foliage that acts as a natural screen. This leafy coverage helps block views while also providing cooling shade during warm months. Grapevines require some structure to climb, but once established, they grow rapidly each season. Careful pruning encourages strong growth and improves fruit production. During the growing season, clusters of grapes appear beneath the leaves, adding both beauty and usefulness to the garden. This combination of productivity and privacy makes grapevines a rewarding option for many gardeners. Over time, a grapevine fence becomes more than just a boundary. It turns into a living feature that provides shade, food, and seasonal interest while helping define the space of the garden. As you can see, creating a natural privacy fence doesn't mean you have to rely on bamboo. There are many plants that grow quickly, stay manageable, and bring their own beauty to the garden. Some provide thick evergreen coverage all year. Others offer colorful flowers, berries, or even edible harvests while still acting as a living screen. A green fence does more than block a view. It softens the edges of your garden, attracts birds and pollinators, and creates a calm space that feels more connected to nature. With the right plant choice and a little patience in the beginning, a simple boundary can slowly transform into a lush, living wall. If you're planning to plant a green fence in your backyard, take time to choose the plant that suits your climate, space, and gardening style. And if you enjoyed exploring these fast-growing privacy plants, stay with the channel for more simple ideas to help your garden grow stronger and more beautiful.